I'm Josh. You all know McKenna, and this is Phoebe. Phoebe has been climbing for how long?
About like 7 years, but I'm more of a beginner.
How many times have you climbed in the past 7 years?
Like
twice? 3 times?
3 times.
3 times in the past 7 years. So she is a beginner climber. We all know McKenna. She's been climbing for how long?
A year and a half, I think.
And then I've been climbing for a few years. So we are doing something, a beginner climber versus an intermediate climber versus, we'll be calling myself an advanced climber just for all intents and purposes of the day. But we are going to discuss what you can expect if you are a beginner climber getting into the sport. What can you climb? And then we'll be comparing versus somebody who's been climbing for about a year and a half, 2 years, and then somebody who's been climbing for a few years. So let's see what happens. So Phoebe, this is a VB to V0. That means that it is a V beginner. So you are a beginner, and I think that we should start on this route. What are your thoughts?
Okay.
All right, well, let me just tell you how to start it. So see how there's a little tag right there? It says VB to V0. You start with both hands on that, and you can use any of the feet you want, and then the last hold is, of course, the last hold on the boulder. Yeah, go for it. Good job. Okay, what were your thoughts?
It was pretty easy. I just kind of went for it. Didn't really have to think about like placement or anything.
What athletic background do you have?
Well, I play volleyball, hence these amazing back muscles. I'm a hitter, middle blocker to be precise, but I do some lifting, do some running. But
you love the running, don't you?
Oh yeah, for sure. But that's it. I just play volleyball.
All right, McKenna, you're gonna try this VB, V0. We know that you're not necessarily a beginner climber. I would totally consider you an intermediate climber. What are some of the boulders that you've been working on lately?
What have I been working on lately? I don't know. My project range tends to be around like the V4, V5 grade level. I don't have a project right now, and I probably need to get oh, I do have a project actually. It's this red one, literally right here. Never mind, I forgot.
All right, so Phoebe just climbed this purple route, and so I want you to climb it, and I want to see some of the differences and compare some of those differences between a beginner and an intermediate climber. So let's see it.
It's a good warm-up. Lots and lots of holds, so it gives you a lot of options for practicing different techniques that you might need to be working on some. So I love these grades for warming up for me.
Great. All right, my turn. I love this VB V0 because, like what you said, there's a lot of options and a lot of variety. It helps some newer climbers be able to ascend the wall, and whether you are really young, a student who's really short, you can climb this because of how many options, or even if you're really tall. So there's a lot of accessibility. It's also a good way to warm up the body because there's a lot of good ways to stretch on it. Great. I love the route, and sometimes on these, just to increase the volume or how long I've been on the wall, I like to do the down climb as well. So cool, let's move on to something maybe V1, V2. Sound good?
Good?
Yeah, go for it.
So I think I'm gonna like that.
Go on, keep going. Yeah.
Okay.
Match on the last hold. Match on the last hold.
So that one was pretty scary. I don't really like heights. That's why. It's really why I'm a beginner.
So you made it all the way through this route up until pretty much the last hold. You had one hand on the last hold and didn't quite match. What were some of your thoughts when you were up there?
Well, I just got scared and thought I was gonna fall off. But I'm pretty sure I could have. I just like got scared.
Yeah, I have a lot of confidence that if you would have trusted your feet a little bit more, then you would have been able to send it pretty easily. Good job. Phoebe got a little nervous at the top, and some of that comes with experience, just trusting your feet, being able to know what you can hold on to and what you can't hold on to. So
Definitely.
I'm interested to see how you as an intermediate climber is going to navigate some of those things, like trusting your feet.
Okay.
So let's see it.
This is a kind of interesting V1, V2, just because some of these holds aren't the most generous. They're a little bit more slopey and pinchy. So the body positioning is a little bit more important than trusting these feet. Hey, great success.
Okay, so you sent that. What were some of your thoughts?
Yeah, like I said, it's kind of an interesting V1, V2, just because the holds aren't the most generous. They're not like, you know, big jugs and rungs like this on the V0. They make you get a little more used to those kind of slopier holds and the pinchy holds. So being on a less aggressive incline, it does help teach you to get used to those holds while trusting your feet. So I like this route.
Great.
All right, professional, show us what you got.
Definitely not professional.
What are your thoughts?
Great. Something I noticed and that you probably noticed, there's just less holds on this green boulder than there are on the VB V0 that we tried earlier. Less options, and the route setters are potentially intending you to go through a certain sequence to get to the top, and then you can learn some skills based off of what the route setter is trying to do. So I really enjoyed it. It's great. Let's move to maybe a V3.
So this one looks a little bit harder. Well, let's find out.
Yeah, this one's on the arete and slightly on an overhang. So let's see what this what's in store for you on this V2, V3.
How am I supposed to like,
You got it.
do I just, oh. Wait, do you have any tips for me?
For the start here, yeah, this one's a weird one because your feet aren't really under you. You're gonna have to try to see if you can like generate enough power or friction off this foot on the wall here to go up and grab like that.
Oh, you got it. Use those long arms.
Oh yeah, that's the idea.
I was so close.
That's the idea, you got it.
No way.
Yeah, try it again.
New beta.
Oh, right.
Go on.
Ooh,
Nice try.
Close.
good try.
There's a lot of more interesting moves on this particular boulder. Some are even difficult on this V2, V3. What are you thinking as you're climbing this?
One factor of like the difficulty is like just kind of strength, and then two, like form. I don't have amazing form, and like I think that just comes with experience, I'm guessing. But yeah, just a lot of like technique
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
have.
I think you hit it right on the head. I think a lot of it comes down to experience and just figuring out where your body's supposed to be. Now, Phoebe, something that I do a lot is if there's a particular move that I can't quite do on a route, sometimes I just skip it and climb the rest. Do you want to try that?
Yeah, let's go.
All right, let's do it. So skip the start and then act like you have completed that move, and maybe we can work on it later. But let's see what happens after that. Come on.
What's the next thing I should grab?
Maybe the one on that triangle, on that volume. Come on, you look strong.
Ooh.
Nice try, nice try. Well, we'll move on to something else and let McKenna try on.
So I'm gonna max out for now.
So we're gonna let McKenna hop on this one and let's see how she does.
Do we do this?
All right, let's hop on.
Yeah, some of those moves are a little bit more awkward, especially with the underclings. It's like kind of trying to teach, I don't know, interacting with a slightly different type of hold than just a jug that's, you know, right ways up. Some good spots on that boulder where you kind of have to like do a throw a little bit more. And I think that's something that definitely comes with more experience, is learning how to kind of throw to things that are a little bit out of reach.
I'm anticipating that throw like you had mentioned, almost like a dead point to an undercling, which is kind of awkward. It's cool, dead point, nice. On this particular route, it's a two-hand start in these pockets. We're up to a V4 to V5 range at this particular gym, and we decided that I'm gonna go first so I can show Phoebe some beta that I use and maybe the sequence that I use, and hopefully that helps her a little bit. Phoebe, a couple things that I noticed. There's a couple things that are called crosses. So my hands were here and I crossed over with my left hand so that I'd be able to go up to that with my right hand. And the setters set it that way. You can kind of tell just based off of how these pockets are angled. So I'm excited to see how you do it. You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
So we started like here. Oh shoot. I gotta like reset.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, that's good.
Oh shoot.
Phoebe, I noticed you were putting all 4 of your fingers and this one, right? They don't really fit quite as well. You do like 3 or even 2.
Okay.
It's a little bit
more control on it. Okay. Try.
Yeah, you got it. Stay close to the wall.
I don't know, guys.
Well, that one was pretty difficult.
Yeah, I think that's kind of my max so far. Yeah, I'm not good at the technique with like 2 fingers. Just haven't experienced it yet.
Definitely. And it looked like some precision with the feet could also be beneficial on this particular route, which comes with experience in climbing some of these things. Well, good job.
pockets. Pockets are scary for beginners. They're scary for me even still. It's been like a year and a half. But let's see what we got. For me, it's a little bit easier if I start a little lower, I think.
Good job.
So it's good. This is my project range, like V4 to V5, like I said. I think that there's a lot of fun, challenging moves at this level. It also shows me a lot of the areas that I could be improving. It's a good little challenge.
So we are moving up one grade to this V6, V7, and Phoebe, I know that you haven't climbed some of the 4.5 or the V3, but I think it's important to try some things that are outside of your comfort zone and skill level, especially as a beginner. So approaching this boulder, what are some of your instincts? What are your instincts telling you to do on this climb?
Well,
Super
my
pinchy,
instincts
right?
are telling me to walk away. But, well, my first thought is that it's gonna be very hard, like just to get up initially, like the black one. But yeah, I'm gonna just like see how it feels. See if I can even like pull myself up. How am I supposed to grab onto that? Yeah, thanks.
Way to at least try it.
Yeah. All right, here's our advanced specimen. What do you got for us?
This is definitely one where it's pretty strength intensive. As you can see, it's not a ton as far as really interesting moves. It's just kind of left, right, left, right. The holds are just kind of slopey and kind of slippery and pinchy. Nice. Well, that's where definitely experience and doing some resistance training and just a lot of climbing comes in handy.
I fear I'm not gonna be able to get off the ground on this one either, because this particular route highlights a lot of my weaknesses as a climber still, which is pinchy, like wide pinchy holds at any kind of incline. So we're gonna watch me struggle for 15 seconds to control the start. Oh, I missed it. And that's about all she wrote, I think. I don't know if did you go left immediately right there, or did you go up right at first?
No, I went up left. As an intermediate climber, what are some things that you think you need to improve to be able to complete one of these boulders like this?
Like I said, the wider pinch strength, don't have it, especially if it's on an incline. A lot of grip strength discrepancies, I think, are really starting to be highlighted to me at this level. Less so in the grades below this, but at this level, I notice a lot of boulders where I'm like, yeah, if I had maybe trained this strength a little bit more, if I do train this strength a little bit more, maybe I'll be able to get there, but who knows?
So we're gonna hop on this red 7/8. I'm gonna go first to try to show a little bit of beta, because there's some really funky beta that I use, at least, that might be helpful to some of you. So let's try it. So McKenna highlighted this just a second ago. A lot of the 7/8s that I'm good at, and it seems like a lot of the 7/8s that are set here are really strength intensive. This is on an overhang, has big open pinchy holds. Same thing with the 6 that we did a second ago. Big open hand, pinchy on an overhang. And I think that just says what the setters are good at as well. And I really like them because I've been climbing here for the past couple of years pretty consistently, and that's what I've developed as well. And well, McKenna, some of her strengths are, they're not these big open-handed moves. She's really good at some of the finesse, a lot of the slab problems. I remember when we went on a trip to Denver, she was able to snag a lot of the more difficult problems that were on the slab and more technical. So let's see how you do it, and then our beginner Phoebe can hop on and let's see if we can at least control the start on it, which is, again, really strength intensive and definitely not one of your strong suits, but it's good to try something that is outside of your comfort zone. You ready?
Yeah, let's try it. This to me reads like I'm gonna be falling on my back, personally, but we're still gonna try. Hope for the best here. Oh boy. Yeah, that is kind of intense. If you're not having like enough push, I think going this way, I started to slide down.
All right, Phoebe.
So I'm gonna try this one, but it's definitely not gonna like. Actually, I'm gonna be positive right now.
Nice. I like the instinct to start with the right foot.
How am I supposed to? I can't even grab onto this. How did you grab this? You just
Very
like
carefully. I just pinched it. Very specific, in a very specific way, but I think this is just a matter of difference in strength.
yeah. I think this is not gonna work out.
Good job.